Any questions about that? That was a little Dodger.
Yeah, how's the aerial shot? Did you go up?
Yeah, I've been, that was either the blimp or a helicopter.
During the game? Oh,
the blimp they got out of Torrance, out of the Goodyear plant, which is hands down the most awesome thing I've ever done. Flying the blimp is nothing like an airplane. I feel you're floating on air literally because you're in a balloon, but the guys, the pilot's next to you working he's pedaling like crazy to keep up the steering. I'm like, yeah, you gotta keep on pedaling, buddy. Yeah, and then they had helicopters. We flew out of Van Nuys Airport, either by KDC or somebody was using a helicopter.
So you have other photographers shooting the game?
Yeah, Jill behind you and one in the back, and Patrick. Who's Patrick at? Patrick's back in the next area. All right, yeah. So I help during the game part so I can do other stuff. Sometimes when I go on across the baseball fields, across the property in the Legion Park, that's at the nighttime. So I'm trying to get night shots, so they're covering all the game stuff right now. So, yes.
How many pictures are captured for one Dodger game?
Way too many. Now it's, thank goodness, cyberspace is space and we don't take that much space, but man, our hard drives are just exploding. Too much crap, I mean, too much stuff on it.
Do you go from spring training and go through the whole season right through the playoffs?
Better, yeah.
On the road games too?
Not all of them, I'll go up, my boss will piecemeal which ones he wants me to go on, and I'll go on those. And there are times I could, beg to get on them. Last year, Chase Utley went back to Philly for the first time, and it's all set to go with him, and I knew he was going to get a huge ovation, and knew he was going to get a nice, these people love him. And so I said, Joe, you got me to go, man. And he said, no, if I know someone, let's go, or they won't let us go. They won't let me go. And so, of course, he gets a standing ovation as an opponent, right? And then he hits the home run, he gets a standing ovation again by the opponent's fans, and then he had another one, right? He had 2 home runs, I think. I was like, I had to turn the TV off. It really eats me because if I have a chance to do something like that, I want to be there. So, yes, sir.
Don, how many of your shots are you know where to be and when to be there, and how many of them are you're just in the right place at the right time?
I can't tell you how many times I've missed shots because I'm in the wrong place, so it just happened to work out for these. But given the access I have, I pretty much can go anywhere. And in the mouse, you can shoot. He's put anywhere if you have the right gear and the right mindset. You're not yapping or flapping, and you can get pretty much something good. And you make something good no matter where you are. That's my philosophy as a photographer, is that you can get anything from anywhere. You don't have to be in the designated spot. You go to the zoo and they have Kodak spots to shoot at. Like, that's not good. Yeah, it's because you put the places in the stuff in the right place, Brian, that I could actually get to the proper places. Thank you. Yes.
On a typical game, how many cameras do you have and kind of length?
2. I have a 28 to 300 zoom on body, and then I'll have a 600. And then if I switch again, I'll use a 200 to 400 and a little 24 to 120. So I mix it up. I fill flash. I have everything in my little pouch as far as what to how to set, how I want to shoot that day.
How much automatic do you use?
The settings are manual. The focus is automatic. And that's the difference between film days and current. Is like back in the day, you earned the picture you made. There's so many times I've missed so many photos because I was out of focus. I'm out of focus now on automation, and it happens. But I'll tell you, back in the day, you had to earn it. So Gibson hitting the home run, you're running around the plate. I'm sweating bullets because I can't miss these. And so fortunately, I was able to stay in focus. Yes.
Do I know like Howie Kendrick and Randy Johnson are kind of into photography on the side unit, or any other guys who kind of?
Howie has been very. Well, I'm sorry to see him go. First off, he's a wonderful player for us. But he's a great guy. He collects 3 things: guns, watches, and cameras. Leica cameras. I don't know if you guys know what Leica cameras are, but they're made in Germany, and the finest glass possible, and they're phenomenal. And so he influenced me to get a black and white camera, and so I had one of those for a little while, and it was phenomenal. Shoot black and white. Go back to the old days and shoot black and white, and it just brought back a lot of memories to do that. It's just so weird not being in the dark room, smelling all the chemistry. Yes?
Yeah, what was the very first camera you had when you were a kid?
Actually, I used my dad's Minolta SRT 101 with a 50 millimeter, and then I got a 135 2.8 to shoot in college. I don't know, that's what I used back in the day on black and white film. So,
That's an old camera.
yes, yes it is. All right, so yes.
Does multiple shots work for you?
In action, if it's, I mean, the way I look at plays, if the play's happening, if you don't get it on the first shot, everything else is just whatever. Unless it's a running back coming around the corner and you get different movements. But most of the time for baseball, it's like, once you hit it, that's supposed to be the shot. That's what I'm feeling. I'm trying to anticipate and try to catch it. But as far as the motor drive goes, for all of us that do this, it's, you know, the first one's usually the one we want to get, and everything else after that is usually just frosting. All right, well, I have one more show, and it is my tribute to the man, Vince Scully. Just a little setup here. I don't know if any of you were at the last game, but after the game was over, everybody's yelling, everybody's happy, the team's all in the middle of the field, and they say, Vin waves to the crowd, and he tells them to all watch the screen, and then you hear him singing this song, like, what is he doing? What is this song? It's Wind Beneath My Wings by Midler. Okay, well, 30 years ago, when his daughter was 12, who's 42 now, she was 12 years old, she received a karaoke machine for her birthday or Christmas. And so he sang Wind Beneath My Wings into this karaoke machine. Okay, so come down to, was it August this year, Vin's other daughter, Erin, who works for Warner Brother Records, she got an orchestra together, and they cleaned off the background music for Wind Beneath the Wings that Vin sang to, and this orchestra played. It is, I tell you, when we went to the studio to listen to it, it was phenomenal. I mean, the strings alone were just absolutely incredible. And at the end of the first song is Vin's song, but then at the end is a little short video that I actually took. I usually don't do video, and I usually don't tell my bosses I can do video, because I don't want them to think that I can do video. Because that's a whole other world of labor that I'm not willing to spend enough more hours to do. But this one, I was able to get him and his family listening to this recording, because they just performed it with the orchestra, and he watched them perform. They tied it all together, and so this is what will be on the show. So, and it's a little career part of his career too.
Lights, please.